So I can't reach the guy. That's weird. He usually picks up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it.
Where is this guy that you're trying to scry on?
Well, I don't know. I can't scry on him.
Oh,
That's the question of the hour right there.
you don't even know his area code, huh?
Yeah.
Theoretically, he's in the city-state.
I don't even know for sure that he's on this plane.
Yeah, that's also true.
I'll send the message again.
All right.
And I'll add a little
Message is double
footnote.
sent.
Yeah,
With the
double
zip
send.
code.
Get an astral busy tone.
Sent a zip code on the end of it. But you do have the meeting in Kabikpol to attend.
Okay, that's where it is. All right.
Yeah, the Duke has called a meeting. Well, the Duke really didn't call the meeting. He kind of influenced it. But it's a meeting of you guys, any one of you who wants to attend, and several high-level wizards and researchers and thaumaturgists who will discuss and figure out what the heck is going on.
Sounds like my kind of folks.
Yeah. Also, you guys didn't send me your character record sheets last time.
Oops.
I don't remember
will-
you asking. Sorry.
I will tell you
Yeah,
when
I
this
guess.
is.
Yeah, I remember you asking. I'm sorry.
He asked because I made a big deal about, oh yeah, let me get right on that as I was driving. So,
Right.
Vic, are you able to receive them now?
Yeah.
Okay.
let's send him a bunch of malware where it's just like a thousand characters.
I care
Exactly.
It is malware.
Yeah, Victor, I'm gonna zip bomb you.
All right. I've been zipped before.
Yeah, so have I. It's great. Someone should make a Google Doc version of a character sheet so that you can share it with people.
I like this plan.
Do you not have Brandon's?
Yeah, I can't use it. I can't fill it in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, there's something I read about it then.
Ah,
Yeah, I've got Benjamin's now. But anyway, so you guys teleport back to Kabikpol. A fairly easy return. Oh, Joel's sending.
Yeah. I can hear what you're saying. But...
Okay, good. So it's the end of the week. And
Going back to Kabikpol for the meeting. Can't get the.
going back to Kabik.
That's not.
Kabik. Going
Doesn't
back to
interfere with
Kabik.
my ability to find somebody that
so.
has that spell.
Say again your last?
I'll go back to Kabikpol as long as it doesn't interfere with my ability to get that spell cast on my bow.
Well, yeah, you don't find anybody in the city-state who's going to do it, so Lev will have to research the process, and that's going to take him a while.
I'll talk to him about that.
So you guys return back. Some goggles are now ready for you, Frederick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's for Gessa.
Let's see. Lev. Oh, yeah, that's probably a thing now. Blas has a date with the Minister of Land Management regarding his building he wants.
Incoming.
I go back to my clerics and I try to figure out who's going to be the best project manager for this, best construction manager. We're going to put out the word for artisans for stained glass. So, There's
Okay.
got to be a whole management team with goals and benchmarks and agile processes.
Wait. Why do we need stained glass? It seems like we're going to be over budget on this project. Lev, give the cleric a budget. Like, this is ridiculous. We don't need. We're just common heroes. We don't need stained glass.
Stained glass actually sounds very pretty. I like that.
My church.
I'll-
Church.
Your
I'll,
church. Okay, sorry.
I'll budget him with by sliding like however much platinum you want for stained glass.
Because when it comes to our fortress, we need to invest in booby traps and trap doors and secret passages, not stained glass.
We have the money for both.
Well, you
In fact,
probably want to figure out where I'm building my church and where the Druid Grove is going to be built, and like put it somewhere in the vicinity so we can have all the hidden tunnels, like all the different.
Oh yeah, back and forth.
We could probably build both of these things outside the wall, and that could become like a central area for an expansion of the town.
Well, the Druid Grove is going to be outside the wall to the north of the town, so that's
Okay,
about.
cool.
don't you have our own market and things of this nature?
Could my temple
Why
be
not?
on the other side of the wall of that area so that it's easily accessible and perhaps a way through from out inside the wall to outside the wall? If the Druid is amenable to building secret passages back and forth between our places.
Can I build a market inside your temple leading up to our fortress?
You can build a market just outside the temple, because that's where markets are.
Okay, that sounds good.
Let's just build our own town. This is where we're going.
My, You know-
Somehow this just
I just feel we're drawing a
Your
lot
end
of
timer.
ourselves.
Actually, I was thinking about getting a magical neon sign for the our tavern. That like flashes on and off, like Eat It Levs or something like that.
Yeah, Victor, how many weeks would it take for me to research the fucking periodic elements?
Find neon.
Yeah, how do I invent science in D&D?
Well, we're getting pretty close. We've definitely broken through a lot of unusual barriers in artisanship. I mean, that's not a bad idea. So the idea for this new city is going to be keep on the borderline personality lands,
Yes.
and you're going to put a dragon on a pile of loot to distract from the second city. Okay, that makes sense. All right, laws. You are able to find a cleric from your order who's all about project management and very much a type A planner personality.
Does he have a black belt?
Just what?
Does he have a black belt in that, project?
He actually does.
Oh, wow.
His name is Sigma. So Sigma the cleric is more than happy to work on this project for you. He says, I've got 6 ways to work this, and I really feel like we can do the best we can with this.
His full name is Six Sigma.
So the 6 Sigma plans are put in the works. You guys go to the Minister of Land Management to find that she has. Was that a he? I thought that was a she though. No, where the fuck did they go?
Noelle was impressed that you made the bishop a she, by the way. She was
Eric
listening
the
to
Old.
the conversation that we had. And it
Oh, was she? Okay, yeah.
She? I'm like, yeah.
No, the bishop is awesome. Bishop is like one of my favorite NPCs. You guys don't even know. Bishop is like so crazy. Eric the Old. So yeah, the Minister of Land Management is Eric the Old. You come up to see him. And he's like, I found the best place for you guys already. I understand you talked about the tunnels and the dark um, things that you're going to be fighting, and I'm telling you, it's just like in the Goblin Wars. I fought in those wars, and it's an absolute necessity that you think like the enemy. You got a goblin like the goblins, you got a drow like the drow. So I found you a beautiful building. It's got a really deep set of cellars, and you can just dig down into that building, into the cellars, and just do amazing things down there. Does that? It looks like it's pretty good. Are we good with that?
Now, is that for the church?
Suspicious.
Is that for the church?
Yeah, yeah, that's for the church.
Okay.
He's like, this is totally the best thing for you. So you can like have this very small building that goes really, really deep in the cellars, and then you can just like think like the drow.
What's the footprint on the upside on the surface level?
Oh, it's pretty comfortable. It's a very comfortable large cottage.
Well, but I need a church.
But you wanted to you talked about going down in the depths in the drow.
For my church.
Listen, man, if you're gonna fight underground, this is where you need to do it.
Suspicious.
Be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I think we're thinking more along the lines of brand new construction, and this underground tunnel thing is one of the plans for the construction.
Wait, did Lev come with you to talk to this guy?
No.
I
That's
guess
fine.
You
not.
don't usually bring a pixie to a talking fight.
Yeah.
That's only for like blowing up things.
I would like
You
to.
can always agree to it, and we can build your church around it.
Well, okay. So
It's inside the city.
how much land is there around this like place that he's building?
Oh, he's got tons. I mean, easily like 10 feet before you hit the other buildings.
Oh, yeah, really? No, I don't think
Yeah.
this is gonna do the trick.
10 feet?
Right? But it goes down, man. It goes
Yeah,
down.
I get that. I understand that, but we are not. You might want to approach the others in my group about this particular building because they are the ones who want to think like the drow. They are the ones who want to go to battle. We are the ones that welcome weary travelers and believe in the cycle of life, and we want to have space. We need elbow room.
No. I get you. I get you. That is like 100% one of the issues we had in the Goblin Wars. Not being able to get around and spread out. You're tunneling all the time. There's no ability to move in those warrens when you're fighting the goblins.
So I kind of getting close. I'm like, I tire of war. I would very much like to have more space towards the north end of the city.
Oh. So you want to be on the north end of the city. Did you want to be inside the walls? Because there's a really good 5x10 right on the north side of the walls that somebody just vacated to move to the south side of the city.
What's a 5x10 mean?
5 foot by 10 foot.
Oh, dude, you're not understanding me. I want a building. So if you can't provide that to me inside the walls, provide it to me outside the walls. I'm talking like tens of thousands of square feet. Maybe hundreds.
Square feet?
No, round feet.
He looks down at his feet. He looks back at you. He says, okay. So outside the walls? You gonna be outside the walls?
Sure, why not?
All right. I'll think it's okay. At this point, Sigma pipes up, and he's already drawn a series of plans around the outside of the wall and the perimeter. And he says, This is what we're doing. We need this in order to move forward. Screw the goblins. See that? They applauded. They liked it.
Right. So he's
Did you
come
guys
back
hear
and
that?
said that we need to go with the original offer.
Hmm?
Is that what you said? Sigma's come back and said that we need to.
No, Sigma's saying that we need to. He's like, screw the goblins. We need to.
Oh,
Like get on this and get the outside the city walls. And I've already drawn up plans based on some sketches that I had in my head. And we've got some charts that I don't know what to call them. Giant, I think, giant charts or just Gantt charts, I think is a good word.
great. I'm gonna leave Sigma
Mm-hmm.
with the
With Eric the High.
and I'm gonna ask them to bring us on a tour, bring me on a tour, and I'll bring in the party when we find the perfect place.
All right, Sigma is more than happy to lead the charge on this.
Love that. Delegating in role play.
Make it happen,
management.
DM. Please begin talking to yourself.
Man, are you laughing or is your head hurts?
I think that's a
A
yes.
little bit of both. It is time
Yeah.
to turn it off, buddy. You beat it, and you got an extra 10 minutes. So
Yeah, after they beat it, they got to go to bed.
Beat it. Beat it.
There you go.
Glad you're feeling mellow there, Ben.
sorry, what's that?
Glad you're feeling mellow over there.
All right, so who do we have? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, cool. All right.
I meant to say that to Zag. Sorry, wrong person. Apologies.
All right, it's all good. I confuse me with Ben all the time.
This is true. Also, Frederick Dessa is okay with going out at night. Kind of fearful of the world overall, but she's down.
I'll stick close to her.
Also, Sag. Come on. It's not letting me do this. Okay, chat. Frickin' Sassurassin. Zag, can you send me a private message? Because the system won't let me send you one for some reason.
I just sent you one. Do you see it?
My chat has lost its mind.
If you want to get creative, you can send it to me over Facebook Messenger. I can find my phone.
Okay, now I can't chat to anyone.
Oh noes.
That's okay. I've had worse problems. All right, I'm going to send it to you over Instant Messenger.
Okay. Did you see my?
Yes.
message? Okay.
Yes, I did.
I love chatting privately with the DM. It makes me feel so special.
Dude, you are in a very happy
Yay.
place.
Yes, it's a good happy day.
It's my last week of work.
Yes.
My last week of work.
Oh,
come on.
Well, congratulations.
Come on.
Thank you. I mean, I'm going to another job, but I got a week off, so it's all good. But
Let's
Not like you're late.
on to new adventures.
Goddamn, we ain't cooked anything.
salute.
Suzanne?
Thanks,
Who's
Suzanne.
on?
Hey,
Hello.
Hey,
Hey there.
lot going on.
You okay?
Just got a lot going on.
yep.
Okay. You haven't missed too much. Just arguments about where the temple is going to be, and do they need stained glass, and do we need to hire a dragon to sit on our hoard?
And yeah, me counting exactly how much is in that hoard.
Well, I'm
It's-
sorry. We're gonna get a dragon to sit on what?
Well, the last few dragons, didn't we have some baby dragons? What did we do with them?
Please tell me we
Dragons.
didn't put them in with the drow meat.
Oh no.
There
Horzag.
were white baby dragons. Did we kill them?
No, you did not kill the white baby dragons.
I didn't think so. So I don't know what we
They,
did with them. But
The white baby dragons flew off, actually.
oh, they flew off. Okay.
Oh, I thought you put them on Craigslist. Will eat a good home. So. We're checking out some real estate, so we totally need like a check traps roll.
I mean, there is a part of me that likes the idea of our fortress just being like a hole in the ground that goes down really deep and then opens up underneath. But that's not as like epic, and we're not going to be able to build a market or a second city around that concept.
Sure we can.
Second,
Just build it
the second
underground.
city is well, yeah, but we want, but we want people to come to our city and know where it is and buy stuff from us.
This will be the skullport to Havoc Pool's Waterdeep.
Because I think we bring Mel back and his father and have him make knockoff adventure weapons that we find on our quest and we sell to the commoners.
I don't think they're gonna want anything to do with us. I'm gonna be honest.
You're probably right, but we can find somebody to do it.
We can find somebody.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I can receive messages, but I can't send them in chat. Ben, I sent you some instant messages to update with your activities. Okay, I think we're all caught up though. Crazy, crazy day.
How's camp?
Deeply.
Camp is really, I think the appropriate word is fucking insane.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
And awesome. And awesome. So it's, you know, it's a youth camp. They're learning Japanese, but it's tons of kids, and I'm dealing with all sorts of acute, basically like I have a problem right now. Injuries, disorders, mental issues that are just off the charts. So far, I've dealt with the easy stuff: anxiety, homesickness, stress. Had a girl who was constipated for 2 weeks. Yeah, which is basically the point at which you send them to the hospital, and I succeeded in getting her to poop, so that was a win. Had a kid who threatened suicide and was extremely hardcore about it. I ended up sleeping underneath his bunk in order to keep him safe for the night before we sent him home. Oh, I gotta lower my voice because I can't see who's behind me all the time. I've had a girl with past trauma who has vacant panic attacks where she's completely panicked, but also she's not in her body anymore. Cutting, scraping. The new one that I got to deal with in the next day or so is wanking off in the bathroom, but that's a new one.
well, you know.
Well, I imagine that comes up in most circumstances.
Whatever happened
Well, I mean, every single meal is a bit worrisome.
Who's
But
the
anyway.
snitch who told? Is what I.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Wow.
But
It sounds like you're in basic for kids.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
basically, yeah, it's pretty much that. I came back from my day off Sunday, and like I was super relaxed when I walked in, and I had problem after problem from 6:30 to 11:30 at night. Um, it was just super intense, but I have learned so much about children's issues, about mental issues that I hadn't even thought about before, acute care, pharmaceuticals. It has been the greatest learning experience I've had in a long time, and I'm absolutely coming back next year.
wow. Look at you.
Yeah, so this has been good. This has been very good.
Good that you like kids.
Yeah, it is helpful actually. All right. So, um, the next day comes, the end of the week comes. Um, basically, they chose Sunday evening because it's after all of the different orders have done their different church things for the weekend. So, because some of the people who are coming are like the Druid and the Druid Oak Root and the Bishop Ethan, and they don't always have the ability to just drop everything.
Is Tim coming?
Yeah, Tim's there.
Tim, okay, Tim's there.
Tim is going to be there. All right, so you guys arrive. In the room, there are, it is basically a large conference room. You have, and I'm really sad that John's not here to see this first layup come through. So, in the room, you have enough chairs for everyone. You have the Bishop Aethan is there, the Druid Oak Root, Tim the Enchanter is there. None of the other city management people are there. The Baron is there. He's like, I'm just here to kick things off. We'll get things started. There are 3 giant mirrors up on the wall. And Tim explains that I've cast basically a dual scry spell that allows us to see who's on the other side, and then they can see and hear us. And this is like a really good method of communication. They have sent by courier the mirrors to the 3 others who will be joining us. And the first one to join us is the Wizardess Queen, Sagachia. And he starts it up. And you see the Wizardess Queen. She is in her personal throne room, but she's there online. She's
I know that comment.
Yeah.
she's very happy to. She seems, I don't know. It's hard to say whether she seems happy to see you or happy of the work the man is doing, kissing upon her toes.
So this is going to be one of
It's a
those
50-50.
games.
Yeah, one of those weirdos.
He says the next person we have that we should be joining us is the Viscount of the City-State. He turns that one on.
Wait, are we doing some sort of like medieval Zoom?
Yes.
Yes.
Zoom with the Zoom.
And there is a large Khajiit on the screen. The Khajiit turns to you and says, I am not a cat.
I am not a crook.
And Tim says, is the advisor there, my good Sir Khajiit? And the cat says, I am not a cat. I am the advisor. At which point, the Wizardess Queen starts laughing her ass off and mentions something about fair's fair and all's fair in love and war. And if you send another assassin to my realm, you'll be in something that doesn't even have a mouth. The cat looks suitably displeased.
Seems a little tense in here.
The cat looks suitably displeased.
LJ's
But
gonna
just says,
say,
let's get on
look,
with it.
it could be worse.
Never tempt worse.
And finally, they try to bring online the centaur Magus Wildfoot from the Western lands. Come on. And she appears with 6 centaur children playing with her hair. You see the look of a very harried woman on the screen.
Tell Levin
She
Bash.
says, yes.
Tell Levin Bash to put him away. Put him away.
She says, yes, I had a brood. No, they're not trained yet. I'll listen in and we'll do whatever. Sorry, looking these back up. The Duke is happy to at least see that the meeting is kicked off at all, and says, all right, I'll leave this in your capable hands, Tim. Tim nods. And says, all right, first and foremost, I would like to introduce to those of you who haven't met them, the adventurers who discovered the drow state of Miramidra and the creature that came forth after the drow city state of Miramidra was destroyed.
So Dessa does decide to come?
Odessa would not come to this meeting.
Okay, that's what I would think.
Yeah.
Surprise. All right.
Listen.
So at this point, basically the floor is turned over to you guys to describe what happened with Neo.
We could probably just pull that major image trick again.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
I don't see why we shouldn't.
A retelling with minor embellishments and special effects.
You're doing the whole like illusion thing again?
Yeah, same thing I did with Tim.
CGI.
I'll have Lev and LJ kind of explain the journey immediately leading up to that moment, where, we felled Ire to Sauron, who was the high priestess of Kiran-Sali, the goddess of the Drow undead, and we're on our way out, kind of just mopping things up, taking care of some last minute things we wanted to do, and then this happened.
I'm holding up a big sign pointing at Lev saying his fault.
I cast Fireball.
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Yeah, you cast Fireball in a room with the druid and a bishop. Rock on. You will totally survive this moment in time.
I also cast Mage Armor. I'll be
Bash
fine.
just whispered,
good
do
call.
not underestimate my wizard.
You need to create a spell called Micro Fireball.
Microball.
It's very small, but you can like whoosh, And it's just one person.
Tim says he's actually working on one.
Okay.
But anyway, you guys continue on. About halfway through the major image, the Centaurus begins breastfeeding one of her kids. Tim interrupts to say, "We can see you. We can see you. Please stop. Please stop." She's like, "No, I've turned it off." He's like, "No, you haven't." He instructs her how to stop the image so that the scry only goes one way.
I lean over and look at Tim. I'm like, "You've never seen a woman breastfeed before?
It's a natural
Privacy.
thing.
How like 6,000 years ago are you?"
He's like, "Bro, you don't even know. I'm from the old country."
I'm going to major illusion an image of the strange tentacle monster breastfeeding Lev, but just like from a viewpoint that we can see it. It's not coming in over the scry. It's just like, hey Tim, look over there.
Okay, you have issues. All right, so
Well, we knew that.
by the end of the major image, Sagacha knows. What is Sagacha knows?
I don't know what the hell that means.
It's a play on her name.
Whose name?
The centaur lady. I forgot her name. Calling her Sagacha
Oh.
knows now.
No, Sagacha's on the left.
Oh
Isn't
my
she?
god.
He's not the centaur.
No, she's the centaur.
The centaur magus' name is Wildfoot.
Oh. Okay, no, my bad. My bad. Yeah, the one on the left.
Okay. Okay, yes. Okay, gotcha knows. Yeah, because the wizardess queen, her name is Zagatia.
Ah, there we go. There we go.
Gotcha.
One more time, Vic. What's the name of the Khajiit advisor to the king? Is that in the middle?
Khajiit.
Name is Khajiit.
No, he's appearing as a Khajiit. The Viscount's name is Caramore.
Carabor.
Caramore.
Carabor. Okay.
Is there a random name generator that you're using?
Maybe. But also no. I would put this into chat, but my chat doesn't want to talk to me. So I'm not. Let's see if it does this. Nope.
Oh, this is all.
Yeah, I can't even put it into chat to send it to you. Maybe next time. All right. That's rather annoying, actually.
Send it to me in Messenger.
Oh, I'm using the messenger on my phone because it's easier to do that and not load bandwidth or insanity on this. Anyway, end result.
Hallelujah, big destroy.
The Centaurus, the Magus's brood keeps interrupting her as she comes through, so she does end up just turning it into a blank screen until the end of the presentation.
Very funny.
Their question for the party is, what do you know about this creature?
Lev will share what he researched. I've got that written down on a Word document.
It is extremely fucking dangerous.
Yeah, it's extremely
Why don't
fucking
you
dangerous.
share it so that everyone else can understand it at the same time?
Sure, sure.
Ash just giggles and sort of like gives Lev a knowing look.
What do you mean a knowing look?
You fathered it.
I did not.
Y'all don't have this discussion at the table.
Okay, yeah, let's not have this discussion here.
We're tabling this. We're tabling this.
All right.
I'll recount what it said.
Go ahead.
I'll recount what it said about its life story, about how it was it was the child of this this necrotic dragon, this Draco Lich thing, and it went to its home, the Plane of Shadow, with a magical artifact to research it, and that's where it awakened. It mentioned something about the abyss, but I don't know how relevant that is. And in researching the Plane of Shadow and all these other different creatures and the astral sea and all this is what I found, and I wrote that in chat.
Whoa.
Okay, thank you.
There was a time before this time,
In an ancient time.
and there are creatures, elder creatures that are not natural, that live in that plane. And this creature is from that plane. Somehow, in the midst of the chaotic magic that has been expelled during our adventures and our taking of the dark realm, we unleashed something from a realm that we may not be prepared to attack. Hey,
Oz, give me a sense motive check.
what's that? Motive check? I don't have it.
Sense motive.
Yeah, sense motive
You
check.
do have it.
I don't have it.
I promise you have it.
If you don't have it, you can do a basic untrained sense motive, which is basically your wisdom score.
It's not on my list.
All right. Well, if it's not on your character sheet, then you probably don't have it. So then just your wisdom score. Roll basically a d20 plus your wisdom score.
Okay. You can do that. I actually have to roll a die? Oh my god, no one warned me about that today.
Dude, I don't even have any dice. So
I,
they're all downstairs at my cabin.
okay, so I've got my handy D&D dice roller, so. Okay. Go. I rolled a 7, so plus 4 is 11.
Because you have the robe of eyes, which are seeing in all directions at once,
Ooh.
you see the wizardess queen make a face at Lev's description when she thinks no one is looking.
Ooh. What kind of face?
That you don't know. You rolled an 11.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nicely done. Touche, sir.
Thank you. All right. The Viscount Caramor informs the party that Oracle in the pool is definitely broken. Something happened when the Necrolith came back, and no one's been able to. Basically, the Oracle Lake is. Oh shit! Actually, yeah, you're right. No, you're very right. You also would get a sense motive check.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I forget that you have those sometimes.
That's why I have to
But
say
the pool, basically, the Oracle pool has turned black. And they're a little worried about it, but they're like,
Server's down.
we're good.
Oh, that's
Server's
normal.
down.
Wait,
It's,
your Oracle pool has turned black?
It's the Oracle Bowl. It could be nothing.
Does that happen often?
I love hearing your voice change on that.
It happens.
Does it happen often?
Well, what really is often?
Does it happen more than once a millennia?
Well, since it's you asking, it's actually kind of fucking weird. Not a
I don't
coincidence.
think so, actually.
What's that?
I don't think so, actually. All right, Caroline, what did you get?
What am I rolling?
Your sense motive roll?
Mhm.
I don't know what your sense motive is, but if you have it, you would roll it, and if you don't, then you would just get a wisdom bonus, and that would be an untrained sense motive check.
I'm afraid that's what I'm going to have. So wisdom with bonus of what?
What is your wisdom?
My wisdom is 14 and in parentheses 2.
So +2.
Yeah.
D20
Right.
+2.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I should have had my dice out. Well, there we go. Oh my God, I rolled a 20.
All right.
24.
That has some
Um,
22.
4.
Yeah, you catch the. I mean, you have sense motive, but it's a 1, but you also don't have 360-degree vision, so that's the plus and the minus. You catch the Wizardess Queen. She looks worried. She looks extremely worried. Frederick, you put on the Ring of Ethereal Seeing, and the conference room looks pretty much as it is. Yeah, you don't see anything on the ethereal plane.
Okay, just checking.
Zodum.
Interesting.
Okay, so they are. Their thought on this is, and actually, no, they don't have a single thought on this. They argue for the next hour on what to do. Some of them want to do research. Tim, of course, is like, let's just do amazing amounts of research. This is awesome. We should totally research this.
I will warn everybody present that my attempts to gather more specific information through scrying and legend lore have resulted in things ranging from nothing to active harm to me.
Side effects may include
Tim
headaches,
stops for a moment.
prehensile colon.
Tim stops for a moment and says, okay, so definitely take that into account. Maybe we do other kinds of research besides scrying and legend lore.
Oh, totally do legend lore.
What happened to the other two artifacts that you guys had? Because there were 3 total. There were 2 that had 3 tentacles and 1 that had the 6 tentacles, and the 6-tentacled one is the one that you left in front of the
I've
shadow
still
dragon.
got the other 2.
Where do you keep those?
Oh boy.
I would imagine Lev has them.
Uh-oh.
In the bag of holding?
One of them.
Okay. Where's the other one?
They're probably both on Lev.
Come on, inventory boy, you can do it.
It's a 3-foot long mace with tentacles on it. He's a 2-foot tall pixie. He can't carry it. So, where is it?
You buried it out in the woods.
Well, now that you
Just,
put
like,
it that way,
just physics-wise, he can't carry it.
Well, it would fit in the
So,
bag of holding, right?
yes, it would fit in the bag of holding.
There you go.
All right, so in the bag of holding, cool. Um,
This is my lovely
Oh.
stepdaughter, Delana.
Hi.
I was gonna say hello,
Hi.
Delana.
Hello.
Hey.
You got all these people.
Hello.
A pleasure to meet you. We're a bunch of weirdos who hang out with your mom.
That is true.
She loves me.
True.
Good.
You guys, I'm awesome. I'm weird too. So.
She goes to UTD. She's a medical
Yay.
student.
oh,
You should join the
Okay.
game.
Oh,
You're
that's pretty
weird. You should
weird.
join the game.
That's pretty
I
weird.
like games.
you're at UTD.
To say that this game is topped out is an understatement from
Oh
hell.
yes, she doesn't even know how to play.
I've been approached already multiple times. I'm not adding anyone.
Oh, really?
We're done.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Some really good friends have been like, "Hey, we really love." I'm like, no. I am definitively beyond my limit. So, but happy to have it. So we're good. All right. So the argument of what to do um, and how to proceed goes on for quite a while. It is less now about actively casting spells to research and more about just what the hell do they do. Party. What is your? Are you guys going to steer the conversation or thoughts in any direction?
I believe that it would be prudent to do constant sweeps along the borders and within the walls of both the city-state and the city of Capitol for negative energy, any energy that is not of this plane, to see if there's any intrusions.
That thing that was mentioned about the Sears or the Oracle's pool turning black definitely needs to be investigated as well. We can probably do that.
Yep.
I've got a suggestion. I think we need to find an expert on the other worlds theory, someone on extra planar dimensions, especially maybe the ones that are lesser known.
There was that guy who was named, that thaumaturgist artificer, Abdul Al-Zarid.
Okay. And is he actually here, or how has he been?
I read his name in a book. That's all I know about him.
Well, I'd like to find like a current expert that we could talk to, interact with.
I'll poll the room. Does anybody know this name?
Well, yeah, that's good.
Okay, that's a good one.
Victor?
The responses to these ideas are the bishop is super happy to help with the sweeps after the experiences with the undead. She's like, protecting the city is paramount import. Totally good with helping do that. The Viscount says we don't need help researching the Oracle pool. That is not a thing to worry about. We'll take care of it.
Sense motive on that. Like,
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do one of those as well.
Go ahead and give it a shot, both of you.
Let me find a D20. Yeah, we'll use this one.
You can do it.
play, it's okay. Sense motive.
14. 26.
And Hendrik?
That beats me.
22. Well, you have two things. You have one thing going against you, which is the fact that he is at this point currently, as Boz noted, a cat. And the second is that he has a higher bluff than you have a sense motive.
That bastard.
So,
Meow.
yeah, he licks his paw in response to your inquiry.
Bad advisor.
The
No biscuit.
Tim does seem to remember something about a mad artificer thaumaturgist, Abdul Azrad.
Oh, we're all mad here.
Oh.
The legends say that he died many decades ago.
I'm feeling better.
If there's
Yeah.
anybody who can say that death is a temporary state of affairs, sometimes it'll be me.
All right. That's legit. Yeah, that is a valid response from a man who's been back and forth across the veil.
And side to side.
I'll do some research of my own when we're done here and try and confirm those reports.
Okay.
Reports of my death were grossly exaggerated.
The Necro Rewards Program.
Like a Tom Thumb card.
Yeah. On my 10th punch, I get a free point of Constitution.
Discounts on my gas.
Yes.
Joel, because you have the closest name similar, roll for John's sense motive.
Okay.
Do we have any artifacts left over from like the negative energy plane?
Rolled.
I mean, go through the list of stuff you have, period. You've got quite a few.
Yeah, we do have some stuff.
Yeah, not the dark plane, but like the actual negative energy.
What roll did you get on the dice?
A 10.
Okay. All right, he's not able to pick anything up.
Could I try my goggles or no?
No.
Okay, no harm in asking.
His connection with the druid, with the person in question, is the key. All right.
Victor, by the way, I've emailed you the character sheets and the updated party inventory list.
Yay! Thank you.
As I thought, we are stinking rich.
Somebody mentioned the amount of just physical stuff that you guys have. And you can go through and sell that with the assistance of Hamish.
Yeah, I put all of our valuables, as in stuff that you specifically told me had a gold piece value attached to it, in one column, and I totaled that up. And as for the rest of it, like just extra armor and weapons that we have lying around, I put it all in an equipment column, and we can decide as a party whether we want to sell those or use those as armaments for the temple.
Okay. When you say we can decide as a party, are you sending that to me and the rest of the party, or how are you determining that?
I can send a copy of the party inventory to everybody in the party. That would probably not be a horrible idea.
Okay.
Most excellent.
Sorry, clearing up stuff on my end. All right, good enough. I'll take it. There we go. One second, sorry.
If everybody could go ahead and drop their emails in the chat for me, I can make sure you've all got them.
Okay.
What else is in my head? Actually, let me get off one quick second. I'll be right back.
Was there anything else Vic said about the Cadet Advisor and Wildfoot on the right? Well, my dad just happened to call me right then.
John was able to roll a sense motive check on the advisor because of a personal connection to him, but it didn't get anywhere. But that was the last thing that was said about either of them.
Yeah.
There you go, Brandon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Suzanne, I'm going to be sending the party inventory to everybody. Could you send your email in the chat?
Yep. Oh, and I forgot to send my character to Vic. I'll do that, Vic.
We all got scolded for that.
I know we did.
I just remember when he said email. It's been a crazy few days. I'm leaving for San Antonio very shortly, and I had to make sure that I had someone here to take care of my cats. That's what my stepdaughter's here for.
Oh, cool.
Like, ah!
And to the kitty cats.
Does anybody else feel weird about this whole Oracle pool thing?
Oh yeah, we're absolutely investigating that.
Yeah, we have problems here, but well.
They don't want help. Okay, we won't help them. But no way we're not checking that out.
Yeah, Bash
We
knows
just
nothing
gotta be
about
a little-
magical shit, but
We
he
just gotta be
feels
a little
like
covert.
he feels like when humans start to tell you not to mess with something, you should probably mess with that exact thing and figure out.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on a bio break, but I have sent out the party inventory to everybody on an Excel sheet. The highlights are that we're stupid rich.
Hey.
Rich, completely well off.
Over 3,000 platinum, over 46k gold, 28k electrum, 115k silver, 82k copper, 30k in diamonds, 578k in gems, and another almost 300k gold just off of the valuables that we can sell.
So we got a pretty cool mill or so.
Just about, yeah. Oh yeah, easy.
million gold. Okay.
All right.
Bio break.
Biology is a break indeed. All right. So over the next week, so hold on. So basically, the hardcore things that you come away from the meeting with are that you guys are going to help work with the sweeps of the town, and Lev is going to do some more research on the Mad Wizard, and that Tim is also going to do some research. The Baron has basically dedicated him to this. The rest of the people who have assembled will also be having their thinking caps on as much as they can, and they will meet again at the end of next week, at the end of this current week.
And Victor, I'll coordinate my temple clerics and paladins efforts with the bishops towards the scanning for negative or dark energy.
Okay. Yeah, she's sending a group of paladins along with a group, basically like 3 paladins and 2 high-level clerics to go. And tell me how the concept that you're looking at is. Are you are you scanning just inside the city, inside, outside? What are your what range are you going at?
I think it's in grids, and it's within, I don't know, 5 miles of the city gates.
Okay.
Right. I mean, certainly, if there's nothing there, then we're okay. But there might, we'll figure it out once we get the all clear.
Right.
For clarification, Vic. Sorry, go ahead, Joel.
I just said I think Frederick should get a mount, a horse, and since I'm pretty qualified to ride a field and track and so forth.
Oh yeah.
I got pretty good.
Considering we lost our centaurs.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
For clarification, we're in Cabot Pool, right?
That is correct.
Okay. At some point, Lev is going to want to stop by that new Church of Mages. Pop in, say hello, because I haven't had the chance to do that yet, and I've been meaning to. But then I'm going to do my usual scry and legend lore on this mad thaumaturge archaeologist dude. And if I can get anything on him, maybe I'll do a little sending.
Okay. So you meet with the Church of Magic first?
Yeah.
Okay. You meet with Everard. He's a young mage. A scrawny young mage who's extremely happy to oh, right, the grove thing. So, Frida, your
Grove
thoughts on the
thing.
grove? You wanted to create a grove north of town.
Mm-hmm.
You were definitely able to sequester the land. Basically, you're going to be buying what was to be designated as farmland, but the city will sell it to you.
It doesn't have to be good farmland. It's something that's appropriate for the trees, and of course higher.
Well, there's a reason it hadn't been perked yet because it is not good farmland.
That's just fine.
So the cost of to purchase the land, this will be about 4 acres of land.
Okay.
It's going to be 160,000 gold pieces.
There's nobody living on this land, is there?
Correct.
Okay.
Look at my.
I'll have it on the map next time after I come back from. Next time I come back to Dallas and rewrite the map.
Well, I just want to make sure we're not like taking like land from squatters or like raising rent in the city.
That's a reasonable thing to ask.
It really is.
Victor, for simplicity's sake, can I go ahead and convert all of our like copper and silver into gold?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Thank you.
You're able to does this transaction raise rates in the city? No. Well, I mean, it may, but that's not something you can directly affect. Rates in the city are fluctuating because the city is growing. So new areas that are being developed are expensive or inexpensive depending upon how level they are and what you're using them for. Places designated as crappy farmland are either going to be a farm or somebody can try to convince the city to turn it into a building, but that involves more taxes, and the city basically changes the designation when that happens. And currently this is designated as farmland. So you're not allowed to build a building on it unless you change the designation. But you can buy it as farmland with no problems. 160 gold pieces, 160,000 gold pieces for 4 acres of land.
Okay.
Yes, that's actually perfect. Doing that with the goblets.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a
Shit,
spite thing, man.
I lost my train of thought. Brandon, yes. You meet with You meet with Everard. He's super happy to see you again. He remembers you from um, that long ago time when you purchased a bunch of scrolls from him
Yeah,
when
it's
they
been
were
a
just a
while.
bunch of wannabe wizards putting stuff together in the back of a whorehouse. Nowadays, they've got a real organization.
Yeah, it's really coming
Um,
together.
Thank you. Yeah, he is. His dedication seems to be that of magical research, understanding new spells, understanding how to cast spells and why spells exist. He's just a hardcore spellcrafter.
Well, that's something I can respect. What sort of it would probably be good to ask about their research into planar knowledge. Is that something that they've been getting into here?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
He's currently working on a new spell that creates these black tentacles that come from the ground. Um, he wants he figures if he does it right, he can get them named after him.
Black tentacles.
Oh man, how do I tell him?
Probably can make some movies with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I'm gonna ask to see this guy's research on this spell and see if I can help him create the spell, quote unquote, with my knowledge of the spell that already exists, Black Tentacles.
Okay. His he seems a little cagey about giving other people access to his research. But he describes the concept to you. It seems similar but different from the Black Tentacle spell that you know.
Okay.
But yeah, it appears that he does seem to know about this. Yeah, he does seem to know about the spell Black Tentacles.
Okay, thank fucking God. I didn't want to ruin this guy's day.
Yeah.
So what level spell is that?
I can't remember.
Higher or lower than 4th?
But from the I think it's about 3rd or 4th level.
Okay. Well, if there's any way I can assist in his research, I'm always happy to practice the creation of new spells, and that's something I'm going to be working on a bit myself anyway.
Cool. He seems amenable to that.
Okay.
So I've got to ask though, if mages don't usually congregate in some sort of church unless they're followers of Mistra or a couple of the other wizard related gods. Are y'all particularly religious here, or is that a tax purposes thing?
He pulls you aside. He seems very proud of this fact. He pulls you aside and says, my grandfather, Hubbard, had this idea of founding a religion based on magic. And the point is, no one's ever done it before. No one's ever really just sat back and, yes, that's the correct spelling. And and just created their own religion out of whole cloth. It's I think it's he went to his rest not recognizing his dream, but I think this is kind of a cool thing.
I'm really trying to keep it together because I'm trying to stay in character. But, okay, Lev's not laughing, but I am.
Okay.
Okay. That is Lev is fascinated with that idea. So less of a worship of Mistra and more of a worship of maybe the weave.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, you got it, man. You got it.
I've got it. Let me show you
We
something.
need a name that's like, really pulls it together and shows the dynamicism of the weave and how it affects all of us and moves through our bodies. I was thinking, do you think it's too much to use something like Dianetics?
Not at all.
I don't know. Maybe we'll think. We're gonna think on it. But I think
it's a working title. I think it might be a little bit of a mouthful for something you're going to be referring to all the time.
Okay.
But we'll workshop the name.
We'll have a focus group there.
I've
Ron, it is Ron, right?
Oh my God, bless him.
if you're wanting to start worship around the weave, I've got something to show you.
Come and see my etchings.
Yeah, why don't we go somewhere private?
All right. He's okay with going to see your etchings.
So if he can take me into like some sort of sectioned off room, I can do like a minor illusion of one of those rips in the weave that we encountered in Castle Maramydra.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I can show him that and tell him the story of how there was this undead mage who was apparently studying this stuff, I think. And it had something to do with that drow invasion and the plans that they were having for that.
He is fascinated by this concept.
Now, I'm still trying to work out exactly how he did it, but
Okay.
and I haven't had the opportunity to go back there and study it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can figure out how he interacted with the weave, then I may have a method to control it. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Maybe we should invite this guy to go back to the tower that is alive and just like leave him there for a couple months and see what he figures out.
No. This was in the castle anyway, and not the tower. But Lev's kind of hesitant to go back there.
I don't blame Lev.
I have to back up for a quick second. During the conversation with the Zoom call, for lack of a better word, at one point they would have asked if you've discerned the name of this creature since you did do the scrying. Do you have a name?
I have a name, but it cannot be said without bringing intense pain to those who speak it and those who hear it. I can write it down for you, but that is the most I can do. I would advise strongly against speaking this name, or you will suffer consequences.
Okay, they look fairly incredulous, but they beg forward for you to go ahead and write this name down.
I write it down and check it out. Check it out, guys. Check it out, guys.
The Kardashians.
Check it out.
Can't see it. What was it?
Geez, it's written down. It's actually written down somewhere, but for the roleplay purposes, I just wrote it down on a piece of paper and held it up to the.
Okay, go ahead and give me a fortitude check, Lev.
Are you joking?
No.
Oh my god!
What just happened?
He just wrote down the name.
I'm gonna fucking die or something.
No.
You're
Yeah,
gonna fucking die.
you're in good company. It's kind of like having a heart attack in the hospital.
Victor, is
Not
this one of
speaking it out loud. Come on. Not that bad.
is this another one of those saves that I cannot save with my +4 fortitude bonus?
No.
No, this is not. This is not.
Okay,
You can make this save.
17.
All right, you save. It is you because you have to basically call the name to mind in order to write it down,
Sneaky.
and it's like, oh, it's painful, but you succeed. You create something legible for them to see. Um, the Wizardess Queen snorts and says, "It is a simple name. Why would Neo Urbis?" And at which point she stops. Speaking the name is roughly the effect of Gandalf speaking the black tongue of Mordor in the Council of Elrond.
Yeah, it's like dart speech.
Yeah, it's roughly that level of what the fuckery occurs. Her scry thing goes black for a moment when she begins to speak the name, and when it comes back, she is alone, and none of her slaves or staff are nearby.
Levis like,
There's blood all over the place.
what did you do? What did you do? Did you say that? I told you not to say the name. I've died like
She's
10
like,
times over. I
okay.
know what I'm on about. Please trust me on this.
What's the big deal about saying the name Jehovah?
Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah.
Even if they do say,
What are you gonna do? Stone me?
even if they do say Jehovah.
In the moment that her scrying thing goes black, I'm gonna have Lev get right up to it, cover his eyes, and go Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Oh my god.
Like,
She comes back, suitably frazzled, and everyone else is just standing there, kind of freaked out more than a little bit. They're like, okay, so no legend lore.
No
Right.
legend lore.
Got it. No legend lore. All right, we're good on this. So I had to wrap that up in a little bow because I had forgotten that they would definitely ask about that. All right, so we're beyond the whole council thing. We're back to Kabak Pool itself, and you guys are doing the research. So you show Evard some of the stuff that your work about the weave. He is completely fascinated. Blas, you and Frederick. Frederick, you're going to need a great horse because you are a knoll.
That's true.
So a regular horse is not going to do a good job of managing. One quick second.
I'm back. My Wi-Fi died
Okay,
for a second.
so Frederick will need a great horse.
Your wife died for a second?
Yes, my wife died. No, my Wi-Fi.
His Wi-Fi.
I swear
His
to God,
Wi-Fi died for a second.
You say my wife died for a second. I'm like, what?
dude, you're too high.
She's all better now.
No, there's no such
We
thing.
plugged.
She got better.
There's no such
We
thing.
plugged her back in. But anyway, Frederick and Zag, who's going scrying or doing the search around the town?
It's I'm sending out squads of clerics, but Carrick being, so in tune to being able to detect undead and other negative energies would probably help to lead the way on this one.
All right, give me a search roll from Carrick. Frederick, give me a survival roll.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, Vic.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
I'm sorry, and you said you needed a search roll for Carrick?
Yes.
Is that right? Can I give him my cloak to go out and do the searching?
No, because this is essentially for him, not just for him, but for everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's he's going to roll it, but he's also going to have a negative to it because it's the roll used for the entire group.
Got it. Well,
Anyway, the roll, please.
I have a 16 total.
16 total. Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Frederick, you, how to say this? Covered poll updates? No. Wait, where the fuck is that? Okay. Activities. I did see it, thank you. Where is that? Ah, there it is. Okay. All right. Frederick, you find about at the limit of your search, northwest of the town, more dead plants than expected. And it's just in a small enough area to pique your interest.
What's the approximate size of the area? Is it a radius or?
It's like a, I would call it like three 3-foot circles. That's exactly the response.
So are they
from a ranger who with a survival roll of 23. Yeah, you're like, this is unusual.
okay? What's the pattern?
Like, that's peculiar.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah. Eddie Murphy talking about white people staying in a haunted house.
Yep.
Exactly.
Blood coming up from the toilet. Ah, well, that's peculiar.
You nailed the reference. Thank you, Joel. All right, so Frederick, yeah, that's what Frederick spots.
Is it in a pattern of some kind, like a path or a next to each other, like a connect four?
Prince.
If it were footprints, they are very wide apart and not well spaced, but they lead. If they could either lead off to the northwest or towards town, but they stop. You only found them like 5 miles away from town.
So at the 5 mile limit, then I found something, the very edge, northwest edge, heading to the northwest.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Roger, I'm going to mark it as best I can, with however rangers mark something, like a stick in the ground, and also reference a distance geographical point, and note the time of day.
Okay.
You have a flag.
Take one. I mean,
No flag, no country. Sorry.
I failed on that sub-reference, but okay.
That's okay.
Eddie Izzard.
Oh, okay.
Love Eddie. I love Eddie because his brain works like mine. Or I should say her brain
True
like more.
story.
Brain
Right?
works.
It's trippy. Well, I thought he was just a transvestite.
No, he's a her now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. All right. So yeah, that's what you see. You mark it. You're able to. You can guarantee that you'll be able to go back to it with those markings. Yes.
Okay. Then, if nothing else is suspicious, I say right back to town and tell the others.
Okay.
If you're going to go ahead and tell the others, Lev will come back out with you when you go for the investigation. And I'll try and do like a spellcraft check or detect magic.
Yeah, you should just have Froderick and Lev, and none of the rest
I
of the
was
party
gonna
needs to go
say,
back out
if
to
you are
investigate.
going with Lev, we are going with a heavily armed contingent. Okay.
All right. So
So you don't
whole,
die again.
so is this going to be a whole party thing then?
You know what? Unless people got something else they got to do, I say we all go.
Well, I mean, this is an ongoing effort, right? It's not just a one-shot deal. We have patrols
I
going
don't
on.
know. I would say investigating it may take a little while. It may not. I
Are you
can't
talking
guarantee,
about
but
the specific patch of grass that you found, you mean?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but
okay.
maybe a pathway to the northwest. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
may go for some time. So I suggest everybody get horses or some other kind of since we don't have the centaurs anymore.
Right, baby, right. Oh yeah, that's right. You've got a wolf and a boar. Um, Neither of those are going to easily ride on another creature.
They won't need to.
Well, the boar, because of how he is formed, doesn't have the ability to walk like a normal boar. So he's going to need something.
Okay.
You basically have a giant boar that has to walk on hind legs because his human hands are very painful to walk on.
I've got an idea. Okay, perfect thing. Towed behind the horse, a boar chariot.
That's brilliant.
Hell yeah. I
Is
was
that
going to
cool?
suggest something
That's so
stupid.
fitting.
I was going to suggest something stupid like, can I put boots on the hands and run like a
No,
Yeah, I
bull?
love that one.
But no,
You
that's
shall have a
No,
chariot.
that is infinitely cooler.
We're going with Spartacus here.
Okay.
Blades or sights on the wheels.
You
And we
must
can
bring
and we
us-
can decorate the front of the chariot with all of those heads that we have.
Yeah, there you go. That will not
You must
totally
bring
work
us
as
a
a
shrubbery.
no alignment checks there.
Victor, do dragons like perching on pyramids of severed heads by any chance?
Depends on the dragon. Some might.
Probably not a
Keep that in
platinum.
mind.
And the ghouls come in handy.
Right? There you go. She's a hell of a ghoul.
Oh.
It's just one. So we go during the daytime.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
Better sight radius.
I'm definitely coming out with, because you don't know, my goggles might spot something.
Okay.
And Zag with his robe of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds hard to clean.
It could just be bad gardening.
A robe of voyeurism.
Saying it just could be bad landscaping.
We never know.
Oh, great. Frederick found a bad lawn. Okay. Well done, Ranger.
All hands on deck.
Yeah, that's right. Red alert. Somebody's Bermuda grass is dying.
Find a landscaper for God's sake.
Somebody burned it. Somebody spilled some Roundup here.
We need to call the Duke immediately.
Yeah. It's a trap.
What happens when you try to implant invasive species, you know?
I mean, that's true.
It's not a trap.
All right. What is your party order?
Roderick in the lead.
Mhm.
LJ as well in the lead. Lev towards the middle.
Saying LJ in the lead implies that you have a chariot leading next to Frederick. I'm going to try to work this through for you. You're going into a forest, and you're going into a forest with a chariot in
It'll be
front.
tricky.
Is
Maybe-
Dessa down with...
Maybe we'll revisit the boots on the hands idea.
What about the sledging? You
I
know,
mean,
just-
up to the forest, it's a pretty good idea. But yeah,
I
at
mean,
the forest,
LJ
boots
LJ
on hands.
has the run feet. I can double my movement speed, which is already 50.
It's 50 when you have 4 feet that are the same.
So what's my movement speed then?
Doubled, it would be about 50. Normally, it'd be about 25. Because you're a boar walking on his hind legs.
Okay, so taking the run action
Mm-hmm.
would net me 50 feet, and then with the run feet,
Right.
that nets me 4 times that.
Right. What you'd normally, you know. All right. So you figured out your math, which is good. The party is able to move forward. So once you get into the forest and start tracking, it's going to be LJ and Frederick in front, if I understand correctly.
Sounds right.
And everyone else?
Here.
And yes, Dessa would come with you guys now that the goggles are done.
Okay, cool. All right, good.
Eric is behind them, detecting undead. And,
Okay.
I'll have Lev behind Carrick.
and Blas is bringing up the rear.
Okay. Blodgett behind that. You will be able to convert gems into gold. You'll be able to get 100% price on those.
Huge.
That is huge.
It is.
But you've got someone has a living as a salesman, so his ability to barter is beyond most of
sorry.
yours.
Send that to everybody. Caroline.
Ah, okay.
Caroline died.
You're still sending it to everyone. So who's been drinking?
Not
Did you get it? So maybe it's not just my chat that's messed up. I don't know.
how's your chat messed
Just
up?
early-
Besides, you can't
Well, earlier it wouldn't let me do individual people, and now it won't let me do anyone. But
Yeah. Frederick, can you see that I'm writing you?
Yes, I see that.
okay,
Okay.
good.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
All right, good. So you got those sorted out.
And Victor, you said the 4
Not to move
acres.
through the forest in the back of the party, but I am like the forest. This is also true. Say again?
You said the 4 acres was 160,000.
Correct.
I was going to ask Frida to, since seeing as you're the druid, put your hands on the patches of green or the withered patches or as close as you feel comfortable and see what you can make of it.
Well, what do I need to roll, Victor?
Either survival or knowledge nature. Either one of those.
Hang on. Survival or what? Knowledge of nature?
Knowledge, nature, either one.
Ooh, yeah, totally doing survival.
Okay.
I don't know why that's that high, but it is. Okay.
Well, it's for stuff like this. Basically, survival is your ability to do things in the forest.
Okay.
Wilderness knowledge.
Okay. Yes, dear. Thank you for sneezing all over that.
Yay, sneezing.
My cat has the runniest nose in the history of runny noses. Okay. Sorry. I'm not great with math in the head. Give me a moment. Okay. It's 35.
All right.
Jew. Kick my ass.
Very high on survival.
Keep that in mind.
All right. Zom. You gain a lot of information from this. Okay, so the experience of trying to touch the grass is very oily.
Ew.
Yeah, that's definitely the response Frida gets. It's not nature, it's a corruption of nature that has occurred here at these spots. That's what you're picking up.
Space.
Hey, Victor, can I talk to the
Yeah.
plants and ask them what has happened recently, or if anything unusual has happened recently? Why there's this spot?
Yeah, yes, you can. You start to talk to the plants, and the plants are afraid, and they seem extremely nervous. They don't want to talk about the spots.
You don't want to say its name.
All right, I'll pass that off to the party.
I'm gonna
I
do
think
a.
we are in a hive of scum and villainy.
Do I
There you
detect
go.
magic on the spots?
No, you do not detect magic.
This goes beyond dead.
I love that face. You're right, Joel. That's a really neat face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrots
All right.
detect undead.
Would any of
No, he does not detect undead.
would any of my knowledges come in handy here? I'm thinking either the plains, the Sword Coast, the North.
Nope.
Laws uses his robe of eyes to look around and on all planes, and specifically at the spots to see if he sees anything.
All right. No, you don't see anything besides what's on the prime material. And I don't think you can see all planes, but
No, no.
all right. Um,
I wish no ill upon you, dear one.
you begin tracking it. Frederick, you are able to, with a blend of survival and tracking, um, basically figure out where to look for the next one of these spots. They do appear to be in some sort of sequence, but spaced very widely apart, easily 30 to 50 feet apart. Sometimes they go for almost 200 feet before you see another one. Blodgett, give me a spot check, please. No, not a spot check. Thank you. Sorry. Blodgett, give me a survival roll.
Oh shit.
And Bash, also, you get to give me a survival roll. Add +2 to yours, Bash. If you don't have survival, I think it's an intelligence check. Basically, intelligence bonus plus d20. And Ben, you get to add +2. pretty good. Her response is that it seems about as weird as the lawn of mine. Great job, Ben. You're nailing it. You got this. Bash is completely freaked out about the plants. He is every time he tries to connect with the plants again, he's never heard grass crying. So he's like, okay, this is odd. Blodgett, you spot there's flora and fauna all around you, which is normal because you're walking through the forest. You spot a deer, and the deer does not seem to be walking like a normal deer.
Does it smell like a normal deer?
You're not close enough to smell it. It's at the it's at the edge of your vision. It seems to be following you.
Following me or the party?
The party.
So I stop walking. Does it
Are you
stop?
currently invisible? You're currently invisible, yeah?
Yes.
No, the deer seems to keep going on.
I'm going to let him get a little bit ahead of me, and I'm going to kind of follow it. But not too
All right.
close.
Should I go?
I'm just trying to assess if it's really an animal or if it's somebody, a human or somebody changed into it, or maybe it's a demon or something. I'm trying to
Skinwalker.
figure out,
Skinwalker.
yeah, if it's a natural, is it
Right.
human or is it something else?
It's not like anything you've ever seen.
More human than human.
It doesn't walk like a regular deer. It doesn't look a lot like a regular deer.
What
But
color
it is
is it?
walking. It's the colors of a deer, like a nice russet brown, and it's got two little deer ears, but one seems to be a little further back than the other. And it's got two little deer eyes, but they're very round.
Where's Bash compared to where I'm at?
Where you are now, he's pretty far ahead because you stayed back a bit.
Yeah, but is
Gentlemen,
he
that's
on the
a
same
nice
side of the forest as the deer?
He's on the same side of the forest as you.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of pick up my pace without making too much noise and kind of catch up to Bash and just say, don't panic, but there's something not natural about that animal that's following us.
Okay.
It's Bambi, run!
It's Bambi on steroids.
I got it.
Bash is the one to trust.
Caroline, were you more human than human? You're referring to Blade Runner, right?
Yes,
Patient?
that's a Blade Runner reference, but I was also thinking about the fact that basically they're referring to those you do not name. So nice oblique reference.
Bash is going to acknowledge Blodgett's response and then turn into a tree and just observe the deer for a while and see what happens.
Logic continues on.
That's actually a logical use of the power of change the tree.
Very logical use of it.
I mean, I only get this one semi-useless power.
I'm gonna give you shit for it this time, man. Is the deer artificial? Of course. Is it expensive?
You're not blocking a door, so I'm happy.
I mean, there is that. All right. You're able to spot the deer. It is as I've described. You know, your assessment is the same as Blodgett's. What else you guys gonna do?
Lev would probably upon realizing that there seems to be some sort of pattern, I'm going to, invisible mind you, fly up into the air to get a vantage point and see if I can recognize an aerial pattern on the ground.
Solid. Give me a spot check. Frederick and Frida, what are you guys doing?
If I hear about the deer, since those goggles don't
You haven't
seem...
yet, since Blodgett's just told Bash, so you haven't heard about
Okay,
the
so I don't know what's going on that. Okay. Do I get a sense of how far out this goes?
You've been following it, so you started at 5 miles away from the city. You've now been following it for another 5 miles.
Okay.
Takes out his scope and checks the lay of the land ahead. Do I still keep seeing the tracks? What appears to be tracks?
Lev, you, from your spot check, you're not able to make out anything from the distance above. There's enough trees that it's hard to keep track. I mean, if you look, no, hold on, because I can tell you this. I can tell you this bit of information, which is very real and true. If you're looking from the way the party has come and making a line in that direction, you see that there is not a specific what are the words? There's not a specific structure or destination that's going on. But you do get the sense of being watched. You do very much get the sense of being watched.
Up here in the air?
Yeah, up here in the air. Joel, you said what were you looking at? You're looking using your scope.
Telescope.
Fairly difficult, again, through the trees to get a scope.
Okay. Well, in that case.
But hold on, but give me a spot check, please.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go. 2.
Okay. You, for a second, spotted what looked to be some sort of pixie. And then you went back to look because you're using the scope, and yeah, you saw one for just a fraction of a second, but you don't see it anymore.
Broderick quietly motions for Dessa to join him. Leans down and whispers, "What's your take on this, Dessa?"
She's like, "This is the most vile, horrid thing I've seen in all my days."
What, the
I
service
don't know why you
rule?
guys don't. This
Victor,
weirdly green place with all this wood. Yes.
could I attempt to heal one of the spots? I want to see if the plants will respond to
Yes.
being healed.
Yes, you can. Zag, what is Zag and is Carrick with you as well? What is Blas doing and is Carrick with you as well?
Yep, I heard.
No, you said he was because you detected undead, right?
Right. So yeah, Carrick was detecting undead to see if there's anything like that, and Blas was using the robe of eyes to explore the circles to see if he could see anything.
Okay. No undead.
That's my role, Victor.
Thank you. And Bash, you've spotted the deer. You can see the deer. You see the deer, and it's definitely not acting like a deer.
Cryptid.
Frida, you've successfully. It's going to expend a cure moderate wounds. If you have that, what cure spells do you have?
I do have cure moderate wounds. So
Okay, spending a cure moderate wounds successfully heals a patch of grass.
that's all it heals is one patch.
That they're 100 feet apart.
Okay.
They're between, 30 to 100 feet apart.
How does the area feel after I healed it? Does it still have taint?
You feel the taint. Doesn't feel anywhere near as bad.
But it is there still.
It's like in the process of healing, it takes a minute.
Maybe we could try speaking to this patch of grass.
That makes the most sense to me.
We could try smoking it too.
Oh, hush.
Oh, yeah, I could cast fireball.
Hush.
We
I
could
will
fix
slap
this.
you silly.
We could fix this problem of being watched really quick. Is all I'm gonna say. I do have an action that I want to take when you get around to me, Victor.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to cast True Seeing and see if, or no, I'm sorry, not True Seeing, True Sight, which is a different spell, and see if I can identify something around me that is watching me from all the way up here. True Sight counteracts, it ignores effects of invisibility, gains low light vision, and a +2 to spot and sense motive checks.
Okay, and what is the distance for true sight?
It doesn't say a distance, it just affects my vision. I'd assume the low light vision would go out as normal to like 60 feet or something like that, but as far as I can see, I have true sight.
Where are you finding the spell?
I'll send you a link.
Definitely do that, because I'm not seeing it.
True sight. It is one word. Second level spell. Oh god damn it, this is fucking homebrew, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Fuck. I can't tell you how many times I've used this spell, Victor.
Oh,
Sorry. It's an overpowered spell for second level, is why I asked.
Okay,
For something to go to the range of your vision and gives you the ability to see invisible is ridiculous.
okay,
Because
let me see if I've got something else.
invisibility purge. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's been sitting in my fucking spell list forever. Oh jeez.
Look at it this way, you freed up a spot.
All right, Frederick, you also see a deer that looks disturbingly not normal.
How far away? Range?
About 40 feet away.
Okay, I don't need a telescope for that. So I look behind me real quick. Is there anything else that I see? Is it just one deer?
No, there's a deer about 40 feet ahead of you. Seems to be walking away from you, but it's walking away from you sideways.
While looking at us?
Yeah.
Let me look at the range for animal empathy. It's going to work.
Not touching that.
Victor, while he's doing that, how close is the deer that I am watching to me?
About 20 feet away.
Okay, and is it like moving towards me?
You
Is
turned
it
into
moving
a
away?
tree, so the deer is basically looks like it's going to pass you by. It's going to pass you by about 20 feet distance.
Okay.
be funny if it peed on you like a dog.
It's
Skip
only
launching
20.
any ideas.
Is there any other details that I can assess about the deer if it's only 20 feet away from me?
I've already described what its face looks like. The fact that it's walking as if it was the hind legs and the front legs are walking it with a different gait. Other than that, no.
Okay, can I do entangle on the deer?
Cast entangle on the deer. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I will do that.
All right. Project casts Longstrider. Bash casts entangle on the deer. The deer is entangled by the nearby flora, and the vines reach up, grab the deer, surround it, and constrict it to hold it in place. And the deer bursts into a pack of crows. Project, the deer in front of you bursts into a pack of crows as well.
Victor, I have my spell I'd like to cast.
Sure, go for it.
I didn't want to burn a 6th level spell, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're going to do the real true seeing,
Right.
which not only sees through invisibility, I see through normal magical darkness, I notice secret doors, exact locations of creatures and objects under blur and displacement, see through illusions, and the true form of polymorph, changed, or transmuted things. I can also focus my vision to the
What is
ethereal
the
plane.
distance on that?
120
What is the
feet.
distance on that? All right. Ahead of you, you see 3 pixies watching the party. And when you look down, directly down below you to the party itself, you see what in true seeing appears to be a cloud of gas, 2 clouds of gas dispersing completely. They don't seem to be moving in the way that vampires do.
Okay. It's probably more fate bullshit. Are these pixies close enough that I could try and get their attention?
They're looking at you, so yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'll try and talk to them in Sylvan.
You're about 120 feet away.
Planning on yelling.
Okay, I'll get a little
You
closer.
can yell at them in Sylvan. Okay, so you're flying down to the pixies.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have to put a bow in it, and I really apologize for that. But I've got to get down and help disperse meds and sort out the campers who are coming in.
Okay.
But that's also why I wanted to start at 6:30 to make sure we actually got some time in today.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
So we're ending it. We're ending it with the party has just dispersed to not deer, and the pixies have been seen by Lev and are seeing Lev, and he is flying down to them. That's another way to put it. All right. I love you guys, and I will catch up with you in a bit.
All right,
All
take
right.
care.
Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good
See
night.
you later.
Good night.
You guys
Bye-bye.
take care.
Night.